You're probably not overjoyed by your parking charge notice from Devere, and the immediate question is, should you pay or appeal? If you think that you've been served this ticket unfairly, then you should definitely appeal. I'll move on to my top 5 ways to appeal your Devere ticket in a minute, but first, it's important to understand that private parking tickets are more like an invoice than a fine. The reason that you've been landed with one is because the operator believes that you haven't abided by the rules that should be clearly signposted when you drive in. The moment you drive into Devere's car park, they're watching you like a hawk to make sure that you follow their parking procedures. But sometimes they get it wrong. ANPR cameras have been known to read registrations incorrectly. Also, thanks to new legislation, there's more leniency for human error on the driver's part, so you may have more reasons to appeal than you originally thought. If you choose to appeal, then you've got 28 days from receiving the ticket to do so, which puts any further actions on hold. You can appeal in 3 ways. You can email, post, or do it online. Evidence is crucial though, so gather as much as you possibly can. I'll tell you why it's best not to ignore your parking fine after my 5 great reasons to appeal your Devere ticket. Number 1, you were within the grace period. So did you know you're entitled to 10 minutes after your ticket expires to get back to your car? So if you're only like a couple of minutes after your allotted time, then you've got a very strong case to appeal. 2, the signs weren't very clear. So for example, they were faded, maybe hidden by trees, broken or barely visible. You'll need photo evidence to back this up, so make sure you take as many as you can and even a video if possible. 3, you were unable to get back to your vehicle. Now this could be a medical emergency or something just as serious. Again, you'll need to be able to prove this. 4, you couldn't get back in time because you have mobility issues. If you're disabled, pregnant or have a very young baby, the Equality Act says that you must be treated with understanding. 5, you were parked correctly and a mistake was made. You've probably already got the hint by now, but the more you can prove, the better. It gives your appeal against Devere a better chance. Ignoring the parking ticket is not advised. However, I do get asked a lot if private firms can enforce the fines on private property. Well, technically, they can't demand payment, only a court can. But if Devere wins a case against you in civil court, both your pockets and your credit history could be affected. Ignoring the fine might lead to legal consequences. Whilst it's not a certainty, there is a risk of being taken to court. Before it gets to that stage, you could be sent demand letters and potentially be contacted by debt collection agencies. If the operator takes legal action and wins, it could result in a negative mark on your credit score. A county court judgment, it's called a CCJ, would affect your credit rating for 6 years, making it harder to get credit and lower interest rates. Ultimately, the decision to pay or appeal a Devere fine rests on the evidence that the ticket might be unjust, and if there's clear proof of violations by the operator, an appeal is definitely worth a go. However, if the fault clearly lies with you, especially with minor infringements, it might be wiser to pay up, ideally within the first couple of weeks, to get that discounted rate. If your appeal's rejected, there's another recourse, the Independent Appeals Services. They're called POPLA for short, but you'll need the official letter of rejection before proceeding. If you're still undecided about whether to appeal and you want to speak to a professional, then you might want to have a chat with online solicitors JustAnswer. They're running a £5 trial and you can ask them as many questions as you need in the online chat just to help you make your mind up. I'll leave a link below this video for you, and good luck.